What is going on, everybody? Hopefully this works. I'm actually trying to do this now through YouTube. So give me a thumbs up. We're probably not going to have as many folks in here as we normally would on Facebook. I'm not even sure if you guys can hear me, um, but hopefully the mic is on and hopefully everything's good. So let's see. Wait for this to populate here, and hopefully we'll be ready to kick off. I see 1, 2 folks come on. Let's see. Okay, just got an email about it. What's up, guys? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, and we'll go ahead and get this thing started. Like I said before, giving this a shot here on YouTube for the first time, and we're sharing it to the page or to the group on Facebook. So if this doesn't work, we'll go ahead and move over to Facebook and do it that way. So I'm going to hop in here on my phone and see if I'm good to go. Sweet. Got some audio. All right. Sorry, guys. I know I originally said 8 o'clock for this, but I got a couple things I got to take care of yet tonight, so I wanted to get this out there now. That way it's up for everyone's viewing pleasure, and you have between now and tomorrow night to go ahead and watch this captain's meeting for this weekend's event. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. Thanks again for joining. We got a good weekend lined up. I believe we're going to be okay in terms of weather. I've been keeping an eye on the forecast, and it looks like we didn't get hit down this way as hard as we thought we would. A little bit of isolated thunderstorms here and there, I think, are popping up between tonight and probably tomorrow morning. But so far, so good. And the lakes, the good thing about the lakes that we're fishing this weekend is they don't get blown out like a lot of lakes do. Like a lot of the rivers and stuff like that around here, especially the Potomac River. These lakes in particular, a lot of them don't get blown out. So you should be fishing fairly clear water. So that'll be a good thing if you like fishing clear water. But again, I think we're okay safety wise. I don't think we're going to have to make any calls or any reschedulings of this. So we're looking forward to a good solid event. Like I said before, I did go ahead and extend the times for this weekend. There's some confusion with regards to when certain lakes are opening. So we just said, why not just make it a 10-hour event? That way it gives folks time in the morning to get situated. If for some reason one of the gates is locked, then we still have a full 8-hour day according to the time that they're supposed to open officially. So that's why we went ahead and made that change. We did originally, the first change to that was supposed to be a 12-hour day, but we felt that really didn't align with the traditional format of our in-person tournaments and our official trail stop. So we went ahead and backed it off 2 more hours. Plus, that gives folks a little bit of an easier day out there rather than have to sweat and grind in this heat. For 12 hours, it's not really good. And by the end of hell, even by the end of an 8-hour day, most of us are pretty worn out. So I figured that 10 hours was kind of the sweet spot for there. So I hope everybody's happy with that. I know some folks are like, what the hell? But, we felt like it was the right call to make. So, and again, pushing that back to 6:30, I feel like some of these lakes are going to be open. So be able to capitalize on that early morning bite and the bite that everybody enjoys the most. So let me go ahead and open up Fishing Chaos. We're going to see where we're at right now. And I need to open up the payout calculator. I'm going to see what we have as far as that goes. I'm not sure if we have that updated right now or not. Jason's on vacation right now, so I don't want to bug him too much. But I think he did make some changes to that yesterday, so I want to make sure we're at least close. I might be able to give you guys some semi-accurate numbers with regard to the payouts. So let me bear with me here. I'm just opening up a couple things. Where are we at here? Trail Stop 4 payout calculator. Yep, he went into this the other day, so I think we might. What do we got? Okay, yeah, we still need to update the payout calculator, so no worries there. We'll have those numbers to you guys, but I think right now, let me just go ahead and add in some numbers here really quick. I think the pot might be, I think it already hit over $1,000, but Chaos is telling us that we are at 35 anglers, so that's a good turnout. Again, I know a lot of folks waited till later in the week to see what the weather was going to do, but we have a good turnout now. And again, we still have until 10 o'clock tomorrow night for that, so for registration purposes. The ID code will be out at 5 o'clock, or sorry, 5:30 Saturday morning. It'll be out automatically, so we don't have to worry about anybody sleeping in, knock on wood. Let's see, leaderboards, configuration. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and read through this, guys. Event, obviously, this Saturday, July 10th. This is a 2022 KBF National Championship qualifying event. And all members or all participants for this weekend's event must be paid 2021 NVKBA members. We're back to the way we normally run it. The last couple events we had some joint partners. We had the KAV joint event for the Trail Stop number 3, and then prior to that we had the KBF Trail Series event that we also ran alongside MacBF. So we allowed for memberships from different clubs to fish our events. Obviously, if you weren't a member with us, you wouldn't accrue any AOY points, but this event and the next event, and obviously the Classic, these are all, you got to be an NVKBA paid member to fish these last 3 events with us. So I don't think we have anybody on the leaderboard right now that isn't, but we'll go through all that stuff, as the event here comes up here on Saturday. So you got 5 lakes. This is called the Battle of 5 Lakes, and it just so happens that we are fishing these lakes that are very close in close proximity to the battlefields, down in Fredericksburg. So I think it's pretty cool to keep that name, Battle of 5 Lakes. We have 5 lakes to choose from. We got Rocky Pen Run Reservoir, aka Lake Mooney, probably the biggest lake of all of the options here. That is a really kind of an up and coming lake over the last couple of years. We're seeing some good fish being pulled out of there, and it's probably one to keep an eye on this weekend. It's right up there with these other lakes as far as the size of fish that are coming out. Next one up, Hunting Run, Spotsylvania. Number 3 is Mott's Run Reservoir. That's technically a Fredericksburg lake, but it's pretty close to Stafford as well. Nye Reservoir is also Spotsy, and Able Lake in Stafford. So those are your 5 options. You got to be on one of those lakes. You are allowed to move lakes, so no worries if you want to get up, especially you got 10 hours. So that's a good amount of time, and I think we're going to see some folks jump around if they're maybe not having the expected amount of luck that they thought they were going to have on one lake. A lot of guys will jump lake midday or even after a few hours. So you're definitely authorized to do that. You can do that as many times as you like. There's no limit on what lakes you or the number of lakes that you're allowed to fish. It just has to be one of those 5 lakes. So, and again, public access on all those lakes. No private slips or anything like that you might know of. So it's got to be one of the boat ramps that's public access. Everyone's responsible for their own launch fees. That goes a lot of times without saying, but I still have to put that out there because some newer folks may think that things are covered under their entry fee, and they are not. So just make sure you guys are paying your launch fees, doing your due diligence there as good stewards of the sport. We don't want to have any issues. So let's see, lines in, like I said before, 6:30, and lines out will be 4:30. And the deadline for fish submission will be 5:30 p.m. So you got an hour to submit your fish, just like all the rest of our events have been this year. Any fish caught before 6:30 or after 4:30 will be denied. So your timestamp has to be 4:29:59. Otherwise, it's going to be denied. 4:30 p.m. and later won't count. The results and awards, we're going to go ahead and push those to Sunday. I know, like I said earlier this week, I'm going to be out of town. Jason's on vacation, so there's just a lot going on right now, in my personal life, and it's nothing. Nothing bad. We just have a lot going on. It's just been a very hectic and busy summer. So I apologize for not being able to do this in person like I originally had planned. But I don't foresee any major issues over the next 2 events. I may or may not be able to be there in person for the next event, but I'm trying to make that so even if I'm not there, we can still have an in-person awards and have someone take the reins on that. So more to follow for Trail Stop number 5, but absolutely, I want to keep the next 2 events in person, and absolutely in person for the Classic. That's our big, the granddaddy of them all, if you will. So that's one of the things we hold near and dear to our hearts, and it's a big deal for everyone in the club to be able to lift up that trophy in front of all their peers. So looking forward to that. But again, back to this event. We talked about the lines in, lines out of the competition hours, and then we're going to go live on Facebook or possibly here on YouTube again, and then share it to Facebook on Sunday around 2 p.m. So let's see, black bass, 5 fish limit, 12-inch minimum for all fish. Those are your rules. Smallmouth, largemouth. If you get lucky and find a smallmouth in one of these lakes, it'll count. That'd be pretty cool, but I don't know if they're in there. Kayak must be in photo. Make sure you have that. Again, you're allowed to, according to KBF rules, you are allowed to wade fish, fish from the bank as long as your kayak is there, and then you are able to take that photo with your kayak of your fish. Everything needs to be scored on a catch board. Remember, we moved to catch only this year, so the catch metal board with the cradle, the plastic catch carbonate, and then the new catch aluminum X series. Those are your authorized boards. And like I said earlier, the ID code is going to be released around 5 somewhere. I think I have it. It says here 5 a.m. I think I have it set for 5:30, so I may actually bump that back to 5. That way, you guys have a good hour and a half with that ID code to do what you need to do. All right, PFDs. Like all of our events, guys and gals, got to be on. Zipped up, no waist belt PFDs. Inflatables are okay as long as it's the over the chest type. Then it falls in line with Coast Guard rules and KBF rules. So just remember that if you got to use the restroom or change articles of clothing out, you can pull it off briefly. But if you have a line in the water, that PFD's got to be on and zipped up. And especially if you're out there scouting and not pre-fishing, but during your launch time, as soon as you leave the bank, it's got to be on. No alcohol or illegal substances while competing in our events. Again, one of those things is kind of a given, but I still need to put that out there because it will result in a DQ, no questions asked. Entry fees and payouts. Again, everything's on through Fishing Chaos, and nothing covers the launch fees or any permits that you may need for these bodies of water, which I don't think anything needs a permit. You just need to have that launch fee for this event. That's about it, everybody. I think I don't see anything going on here in the chats, which is cool because again we're doing this a little different this time through YouTube, so it'll be a learning curve for all of us. I think everybody either has a YouTube account. If you don't have an account, I think you can still get to this because we make sure that it's public. So if you guys do have questions, go ahead and post them under the post that I made for sharing this YouTube video on Facebook on our group. So if you have any questions that way, just you can feel free to post them, and I'll get to the comments as I can. Or as always, most of you guys have my phone number or my Facebook Messenger, so hit me up that way. But again, we appreciate everybody tuning in. This serves as your official captain's meeting for Trail Stop number 4. I'll have the payout numbers momentarily. If not tonight, it'll be tomorrow before the event. That way everybody knows what we're competing for. But it's going to be a pretty good prize pot. Anything over 30 anglers is going to be pretty good. And I think from 31 up, we're going to have at least 5 payouts. So that'll be a good day for a lot of folks. And then, of course, all of our wouldn't be able to do all this without our sponsors. So we're going to have some really cool sponsor prizes in the mix as well. And again, since it's going to be mostly a virtual event due to me being out of town, we're going to go ahead and ship those prizes out again like we did last time. So that goes, I think that covers everything, guys and gals. Appreciate it once again, and best of luck this weekend. If you need anything, please feel free to reach out. All right. Tight lines, guys.